Well, PK Subban got voted captain of the Central Division team.
Hey everyone, it is Ben back again, and the Habs win! What are you still doing here? You were supposed to be gone!
Yes! Yes! Yeah!
Because if not, they're gonna get blown away.
The cannon. It just kept firing.
I am excited. Hello everybody, it's Ben back again, and the Canadians lose 4-1 to the San Jose Sharks, because it's the Sharks and they always lose to the Sharks like every time. I mean, that's just most teams they lose to these days though. I have a few things to say about few final thoughts to say after, but I'm just going to go blow through the game first. Real early in the game, Patch gets a chance on the breakaway, and I'm like, come on buddy, please just do it. I know you can, please. And then Brent Burns gets a stick in on it because Patch waits too long to get the shot off, and the shot gets deflected. Hi. And I'm like, yeah, that's just the year he's having right now, and the year the Habs as a whole are having right now. And then, of course, almost like clockwork, a few minutes later, Joe Thornton gets first in the year. No, not first in the year, first of the game. Off of what was actually really just kind of a lucky bounce for him, lucky break. It bounced off the backboard, and he got a chance to shovel it home beside the net. But that kind of just is what the entire Habs season has been so far. And for the first period, really the only line that got anything at all going was the Lehkonen, Drouin, Galchenyuk line, which has been the case for the last few games. But for the most part, the Habs got hemmed into their own zone pretty heavily in the first period. It was not a pretty sight. But we get into the second, and it became pretty evident that once San Jose got there first, they weren't really going to have to try that hard with the way they were clogging up neutral zone. But they did end up getting their second about 12 minutes into the second period with Marc-Edouard Vlasic, the Frenchman, Marc-Edouard Vlasic, scoring at his hometown. Vlasic makes it 2-0. And then with about 4 minutes left in the second period, the Habs finally get just gifted a goal when they get about a minute 15 second long 5-on-3 power play, and of course they eventually do score, but some lucky shit where it goes in off of Shaw's foot as he's in front of the net, and you could tell that would kind of be the end. But then shortly after, with about 9 seconds left in the second period, I think it was, Timo Meier gets the Sharks back their 2-goal lead. And interesting little tidbit, I didn't know this until I heard it on the broadcast. His first NHL goal was last December in the Habs 4-2 loss to the Sharks, where Carey Price got pulled. It was the infamous stare-down game, and I was at that game, so I saw Timo Meier's first NHL goal. I don't know what I'm ever going to do with that fact, but sure. But we go into the third period down 3-1, and watching that, I was like, yeah, well, this is done. For the way the Habs are playing, this is done. And sure enough, a minute and a half into the third, Timo Meier gets his second on the night and puts the Sharks back up. Or no, puts the Sharks up by 3, 4-1 lead. And then the rest of the period was just more of the same. The Habs couldn't even get it out of the neutral zone, much less set up a chance. And I don't really know what to say anymore, because the Habs are just back to that kind of play they were playing like early on in the season, except somehow worse. Just playing completely uninspired hockey. Like, this game especially, just about every line couldn't even really get it through the neutral zone past the San Jose defense. Couldn't get any chances started except for maybe a few that involved Drouin, but like, that's a stretch. I've seen some bad Habs teams in my life, but I've never seen a team quite as asleep at the wheel as this one, which is disappointing. And yes, that's why I'm wearing a Radulov shirt under a Markov shirt, because I'm just pretending it's still the 2016-17 season so I can keep myself sane. And then it came out recently that Weber is going to be out until at least after the All-Star break, which, you know, yeah, that's not great either. It's very, very obvious now at this point that the Habs need to commit to the fact that they're not going to make the playoffs and adjust accordingly. But I know Marc Bergevin isn't going to do that because he doesn't really have any plan other than just make the playoffs and hope for the best from there. But the Habs are now a full 12 points outside of third place in the Atlantic Division and 8 points out of a wild card spot. So, no. No, that's not. No. I mean, it can, but no. And I'm going to be going to, well, by the time this gets uploaded, it'll be today's game against Tampa Bay. I'm going to be going into Montreal for that game with my friend Mike, who's actually a Tampa Bay fan. So that should be interesting. He might actually end up, I might have him guest star in the reaction videos. I think I might bring my camera into Montreal with us, and maybe we might even do the video that night, depending on how well the game goes, one way or another. Is it too late to become a Golden Knights fan without being considered a bandwagoner?